What is going on, guys? This is Miasin. So this video is going to be a combination of a balance prediction and a wishlist video. So I'm going to let you guys know what I think should get hit and what might get hit in the ban list. But before we start, friendly reminder to like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch and Instagram. I will do a $100 giveaway once I hit 1,000 followers, and I always upload sneak peeks of my upcoming videos before they get uploaded on YouTube. So make sure you check it out, and now we'll jump right into it. Okay, so starting off with the banned section, always the most fun, and I think you can all agree that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is kind of in a crisis right now. If you're playing competitively, you would know that a lot of cards are just unfair and don't really give you a fair chance at playing if you are going second. And I think 3 cards that are really played right now that contribute to this kind of cancer and toxicity in the game are cards that kind of fulfill the exact same role, but in 3 different strategies. And these cards would be kind of tied as my number 1 for the ban list cards, and they would be Artifact Scythe, Harpy's Featherstorm, and Arch Nemesis Protos. So Artifact Scythe doesn't have to be special summoned with Artifact Sanctum anymore. You can just set it from your deck to your field with Artifact Dagda, and then with Destiny Hero Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, you can destroy it alongside any other card on the field, so you can easily get access to an Artifact Scythe on your opponent's draw or standby phase. Because of that, even a card like Dark Ruler No More doesn't actually really break your opponent's board anymore. So going second is just way too difficult because you kind of need quick play spell cards like Forbidden Chalice, Forbidden Drop, or Hand Traps to deal with boards, and not really board breakers. And Harpy's Featherstorm is arguably worse because when you have a card like Dark Ruler No More and you use it just to start comboing off and then get hit by Harpy's Featherstorm, you realize that everything was done for nothing because you have a 0% chance of being able to do any of your combo that turn since you cannot use any monster effects at all. Everything gets negated and there's just no counterplay. Unless you're setting in a red reboot against Layerless Tri Brigade, which is very stupid because that's the only trap card that they're really trying to use against you. So it's the same issue of you're always trying to deal with a lot of interruptions, but on top of that you have to handle like a lingering card that pretty much skips your turn, and Harpy's Featherstorm probably has one of the highest win rates out of every single card in Yu-Gi-Oh! When it resolves. I don't think I've ever seen someone flip Harpy's Featherstorm and lose. Also, you can argue that if it gets banned, it's unfair for Harpies, but I mean, okay, look, I'm sorry for the 3 Harpy players in this planet. And the third card that would be tied with these other 2 powerhouses would be Arch Nemesis Protos. So this card is searchable by Sword Soul Emergence, which is searchable by Sword Soul Chijiao, which is the level 8 Synchro Sword Soul. So in other words, you can search a card that pretty much skips your opponent's next turn almost. If your opponent is playing something like Phantom Knight and you summon Arch Nemesis Protos, you can call the Dark attribute, and neither player can special summon dark monsters until the end of the next turn. Again, Dark Ruler, Forbidden Drop, whatever used after the effect of this card has successfully resolved will do absolutely nothing. It's lingering, so there is no counterplay unless you drew Hand Trap specifically to deal with that Protos preemptively. And that really is a huge issue. It means that sometimes, even when your hands are really cool and they look like they can kind of break negates, like actual physical negates that you can count, something like a lingering effect is just undealable with. It doesn't matter how good your hand is, you basically just have no options. Alright, moving on to the next card that has to get banned. I think this one should have gotten banned a while back, and it's Cyber Angel Benten. I'm just freaking sick and tired of Drytron. The deck is annoying as hell. Ava Limit did nothing because people were already playing one anyways. Please, Konami, ban us Benten once and for all. Just please, please. Speaking of cards that nobody enjoy and really should have gotten hit a while freaking back, like actually 5 years ago for one of them, and the other one it should have never came back to begin with, would be a combination of Imperial Order and Anti-Spell. These cards are not fun, don't promote anything healthy in Yu-Gi-Oh! I want to say like probably less than 10% of the human population actually enjoys the presence of these cards. It's really enraging to get hit by Imperial Order. Sometimes you don't even need to play that many spell cards in your deck, but you just draw all of them and you lose to a card that shouldn't be that good, but because of bad luck it kills you. And Anti-Spell, I mean, if you're playing Pendulums, then big rip because it's actually even worse than Imperial Order in that context since you can't even attempt to use the skills. I don't like these cards at all. I think they can kind of have the potential of doing way too much for what they should be doing. There used to be a time where Anti-Spell actually sucked. Keep that in mind because now things are moving kind of the other direction. cards. These cards are like way too good. Imperial Order, you look at the errata and you're like, when you compare it to Ring of Destruction and those other cards, I think Imperial Order should have gotten way more nerf. If the card could actually go back to 0, it would be really appreciated, because you are not welcome into this game, Imperial Order. And Anti-Spell, same thing, whether it gets limited or banned, whatever, just, I'm really tired of people always having the easy answer to everything in the side deck. Oh, I'm just gonna side in 1 Imperial Order, 3 Anti-Spell, or 2, whatever, every single time. The last card in my ban list section would be Simorgh, Bird of Sovereignty, the Link 3 monster. Everybody hates this card. It summons the Windbearer statue, which is bullshit, and Apex Avion, which kind of destroys the high risk, high reward factor of Tri-Brigade, which I actually thought was kind of interesting about the deck, because, you know, it didn't have any spell and trap negates at first. When people were making the Windbearer statue, the deck could randomly lose to evenly matched, but now it's just no longer the case, because people can end on Apex Avion and Oath in the Graveyard. And if you take away these two cards, then the deck actually becomes very manageable. It starts losing to things it should be losing to. I think it's okay to give decks sometimes a lot of interruptions, as long as you also give them weaknesses. But when you give a deck 10 negates and no weaknesses, because it also covers spell and trap cards, I think this is where it becomes kind of problematic, and this is why I believe that the Simorgh Link 3 should probably get banned. Alright, for my limited section, I have Blaster Dragon, Ruler of Infernos. The card absolutely sucks. It can come back to 3 and nobody would care. Same thing with Tempest. The cards are so incredibly bad that it literally changes nothing competitively speaking. Next card would probably be a downgrade from 3 to 1, and that would be Mystic Mine. It's either limited or banned, whatever. I don't really care too much, honestly. And the last card that I think should get limited would be Tri-Brigade Fractale. Card's kind of annoying. I mean, it's always a 3 of in everything that plays Tri-Brigade cards, so if it gets hit, it would be nice. Same thing with Nerval. Either one would probably be fine with me. Semi-limited, and I don't think this is actually going to happen, but unrealistic prediction, wish list, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Nadir Servant and Sword Soul Emergence, just for very small consistency hits to decks that I don't think are that annoying. And now for the unlimits, I only have 2 cards in the list, and they are 2 cards that would really change absolutely nothing at all, and if anything, they could actually help sell more product in the future, and they would be Performapal Skullcrobat Joker and Emergency Teleport. Now, Emergency Teleport at 2 changed nothing at all. Literally nothing. It didn't like create any newer kind of rogue to meta decks in the game. Nothing. It was just a very small little boost of Phantom Knight, and Skullcrobat Joker is not that great, so if it's back to 3, it's completely fine by me. Alright, that's pretty much it for my ban list prediction and wishlist video, so I really hope you guys were able to enjoy. Let me know what you guys actually think should get banned, limited, semi-limited, or unlimited in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.